Hello, Catriona. How you doing? What you up to? Y'all having a good day, I sure hope. I saw your tweet. You're going to listen to Mootcast. So, pretty excited about that. So, what am I going to do today is do a little bit of completionisty thingies. Oh, so you had cake. Alright. Rub it in. Uh-huh. I see. Sure. So, this is my main over on Crick Hollow. And I have been so bad. Like, oh my god, so bad. With my trait points. I have 78 trait points on a character that should have closer to 90. Got those sorted. And look at my virtue traits. 20s to 40s. They stank. So, we're going to go back and do some old school deeding I never did. I never finished the Slayer deeds in Argh Lewin, so we're going to do those first. So I apologize to anybody who wants to get spiders here in Argh Lewin for the next few minutes. There you. And this will also help me grind some Lotro points, because I freaking need Lotro points. I'll leave the cocoons. I don't really. I am resisting the urge to loot. Oh, no, I'm not going to resist. It's Lobby mats, but, you know, it's Lobby mats. Who cares? They'll respawn soon enough. So earlier today, I was hanging out with Apulu Felgar and Gumsgang in Apulu stream. And that was a lot of fun. And last night I completely dinged 120 on my minstrel over on Landraval. And I got her some gear. So I will be able to shadow Professor Corey when he takes his level 100 into the Vales of Anduin and follows the path of Thorin and company. His current plan is to start at the Carrick and go from there. Hey look, it's the rare. Yeah, I bet you didn't know there's a rare signature in here. Well, now you know, and knowing is half the battle. I'm not using any accelerators for this, even though I do have Slayer Deed boosts somewhere. I need 11 more spiders. I can either 10 more spiders. Nine more spiders. I'm just gonna let them respawn and just kill them all over again because it won't take that long. Five more spiders. Four more spiders. Three. Two. I'm doing all these shenanigans right now on Crick Hollow. And later on, depending on what's going on, I might switch over to Landreval. And do some more killing of things over there. One of the things I found out is I have class trait points I need to sort out. Some of them I can do without assistance. I just need to find a training dummy to whale on. Look at that, they spawn on each other. There we go. My wit virtue trait has changed to level 2. I am now slightly witty. So I also need wolves and Hendravile. Hey, I just got 10 Lotro points, so that was easy peasy lemon squeezy. So we're going to go up close to Gondaman, where there is a crap ton of wolves. And Hendravile. So next week, I will be guest hosting Professor Corey's show on the official on Friday. So that'll be a 5-hour stream. And then the following week, I will be hosting Court of the Rings, but not Professor Corey's show. So that'll be a little bit weird. I'll hand the stream off to Corey and then take it back from him once he's done. And then the following week, both of us will be out, Corey and myself, for Mythmoot, and that's gonna be fun. And I'll be on the 28th. However, I will also be... I do plan on being around for Court of the Rings on the 28th. Game. Internet, behave. Whoa, that rubber banding! Nice! I was wondering if it was rubber banding or if the 64-bit client was actually acting out. So I need 20 more wolves and 38 burbs. Well, there's a wolf right there. I just never went back and did these quests or did these Slayer deeds when I was a wee little... When I outgrew them. I'm just like, oh man, I hate doing the Slayer deeds because they're such a pain in the ass. But hey, not when I'm on my own channel. I can say words like ass. Well, actually, you can say them on the official too, but just don't, you know, don't overdo it. Hendravale's not that bad. You just have to go to where the Hendravale are, where that cub spawns, and just keep hitting them there. Wolves are actually a little bit more annoying. Yeah, the thing is, when I first played this character, that was 2007, so we didn't really grasp the notion of Slayer deeds and turbine points quite that way, so I never went back and did them anytime thereafter either. And I actually kind of want a bit of a chill stream tonight, simply because I was busting my ass in Aaron Mithrin the past 2 days, and thank goodness for Wayward Plane, who was helping me stay alive and not die for the longest time until I got some gear on my character. In a space of a couple of days, I went from having 59, 60k morale to 95k morale, and went from having gear that was like 323, 326s. The lowest piece of gear I have right now is, I think my weapon is still a 320. No, actually I have a bigger weapon. I found one on the auction house, of all places. So So I think the lowest piece of gear I have on the minstrel is now like a 350. I didn't need to kill him, I just wanted to. But, oh, I feel bad for this player. They're level 33, they must be doing the same thing I am. Just the Slayer deed. With a Lynx Cub quest. They're gonna be pissed at me. Because I'm just doing my Slayer deed, leave me alone! And that's the hard part of getting the Hendravel quest, is like, they're all here. And you just have to wait for them to respawn. And there'll be a question of who can get the shot off first? I don't know. So, it's been a bit of a quiet day. I actually just took the day and just slept in because I was super exhausted. All the stuff I've been doing this week. I still haven't heard back from the job I did the phone interview with on Thursday. The main sticking point to that job is it's normally a Monday to Friday job, but the way they presented it was that everybody would have to work like 8 or 9 weekends a year, only one day of the weekend. And then you'd have to, you'd know up front which weekend it was. And they presented it like it was like this big try. It's like this big deal to work on weekends. I'm like, no, let me work weekends. I'll work both days. I don't care. Just let me have Friday off. So I'm just waiting to hear back from the recruiter lady, who was very personable. We actually did talk about video games. She does know why I want Fridays off, because, that's when my official show is. And because it's when Court of the Rings is. So, I just basically said, other than Fridays, I'm available to work whatever shifts you've got. I don't care. So, hopefully that'll work in my favor, because I know some of my former coworkers did apply there, and they got turned down because they had, family commitments, and, oh, I can't work this day, I can't work that day, and it's basically, she's like, well, how many days did you take off aside from like scheduled vacations in the past 6 months? I'm like, maybe 2, maybe, I don't remember. And I explained to her, like, I don't believe in the notion of just taking days off because you can. And that's actually one of the benefits of the old, really draconian attendance policy we had at the old company, was if you took a day off, even if you were in the ER and had a doctor's note, if you didn't have it covered under FMLA, you still got an attendance ding for it, and you got written up after 4 occurrences. So it's like, don't take days off, no matter how sick you are, unless you can get it under FMLA. And she's like, well, doesn't that mean, like, people would get sick at the office? Like, yep. But that was the procedure, so I just built a habit of not taking days off. Just because. For anything short of life and death. So, fun times. Thief kitty. Just making sure the discords are all caught up to date. As you do. Everything looks cool. Everything looks peaceful and quiet. See, I'm already halfway through my Hendravel. I'm glad the Slayer deeds don't have a X number pertain. I was actually doing research while I was hanging out in Napulu's stream earlier about, and I found they actually have it spelled out on the wiki as to where you get your trait points from, your class trait points. Come on, you. Why aren't you clicking? There we go. And I think, for characters of my level, I don't think they should do a level thing where you can only do, like, 30 or 40 of them a day, because it's like, I use that skill a little bit more than that. Hi, kitty boy. Hi, thiefy. A particular thief kitty wants to voice his displeasure. Kitty thief? Come on, thiefy. I really do kind of want to spend time doing other quests or playing other games, but I also really want to get caught up on this crap in Lotro that I've been just putting off forever and a day. Hi, thiefy. Meow. But it's definitely a lot easier doing the Slayer deeds when you're in that area. Well, actually, it's easy to do them now. You know what? I don't like the look of you. Because you can just, like, right-click and one-shot everything. Versus doing them on level and, you know... But then again, you get the XP for killing all these things on level. So, I mean, there's that benefit. Almost done killing burbs. Hi, Thiefy. Thiefy, you may not have the remains of my dinner. It's the remains of my dinner. It's not the remains of your dinner or the beginnings of your snack. My wit strange to 4. Good times. Okay, so that's done, and I got Virtue XP, and I'm getting some rep that I didn't already have. 10 more Lotro points, so now I just gotta go kill 13 wolves, and we're done. And honestly, I think the best place to kill wolves is down this way, now that I think about it, because they respawn pretty quickly. I mean, they do share spawn points with boars, but, you know, super easy to clean up. And then we can do some stuff in Bree. One thing I dislike is how in the area door ones, like, Bree is first, and then the Shire, and then Argh Lewin, and I'm like, Argh Lewin, the Shire, and Argh should be first. So, So I'll get my Slayer, I'll get my meta done. We'll have all kinds of fun. Fortunately, with a lot of these, they're pretty generous in terms of where you can kill the critters to get your level up. And it's a good thing that it's... I mean, these actually, they have to be level agnostic. Because unlike the other 2 deeds that I have on my quest bar here, or on my quest tracker... By the way, I wish we could have like a second one of these over here, where you could actually track your deeds separately, because that would be so freaking helpful. And there's only 5 spaces in it. Like, this is such a pain in the ass. Such a pain in the ass, Standing Stone Games. Why don't you just, like, fix that? Oh my god. And also having a thing that will help you track, like, a deed collection tracker, just like we have for emotes and mounts and stuff. So it'll tell you where to go get it. I always thought that would be very helpful. By the way, next Saturday I will not be doing a stream. I am going to go see Video Games Live up in Dayton on the 15th. So, no stream on the 15th. Wait, the 15th is Saturday, right? Calendar. Yes, the 15th. It'll be at the Freeze Pavilion. I've already I have seen Video Games Live once already, when I was in Dublin, Ireland. Nice. Ooh, and I got 1200 rep with Thorin's Hall. Nice. Motes of Enchantment. Nice. Decent marks, but then I got a shit ton of marks because I keep transferring them from server to server. So all my Landy marks and all my Crick Hollow marks are all in Crick Hollow right now. And 10 more Lotra points. So that was useful. Oh, so Deeds of... See? Look at that. So this is a meta deed that I wasn't even aware of. And this is one thing I would really like to have in the deed log, is they should show you all of the non-hidden, like, this deed shouldn't be hidden. Like, the meta deeds and stuff like this, they should just be there for you to see. Look at all these social deeds. Okay, so other deeds I could that I have to do is the epic battles, the promotion points. I think you can actually buy promotion points in the store, but I'm not going to buy them. I'm just going to look because I have no Locho points, as you can see. Oh. You get promotion, like 10 points for that many. No. Or you can buy the Rohan Deed Tome. Mm-hmm. Okay, see, I didn't actually know that those existed. Okay. Alright. Weren't these the tomes, Okay. I weren't aware that these things existed, and much less were on the store. This actually provides a big wrinkle to my proposal to overhaul the Valars. Because one of the things I suggested they should just include in a Valar are all of this shit. So if you look, these 4 deed tomes are pretty much the cost of an aria. Actually, they're more than the cost of an aria. Hi. Things you didn't know until you looked. Ironically, I can't buy any of these except, you know, a Bjorning, and I already have it. Okay. Not gonna worry about these. See, I can't buy any of these because I'm permanent VIP. However, inventory slots are on sale right now. And apparently I can't buy any. Shared storage is on sale. Shared wardrobe space is on sale. Anyway, let us go back and find some more lobby deeds to do. And I also actually kind of want to go and work on these 2 deeds over here. I wish these deeds actually didn't show like gray, like they're under level. Hey Tisket, how you doing? Because what I would want them to do, let's add that to the tracker as well. What I would want them to do for these is to is to make it so that you could see that you have to, because the thing is, you can't do these unless you're fighting an enemy that's going to award XP or, you know, is on level pretty much. So I can't do them unless I'm doing current content. So what was I doing? Going to Eriador. We're going to go to the Shire next because the Shire is on the way. So we're going to go kill things in the Shire. Which means we need to kill harvest flies. Slugs. Just going to... spiders. And wolves. Good times. Okay, so... and I haven't finished completing quests in the Shire. The Shire Brewmaster? We can let's get the Slayer ones done. Those are pretty straightforward. Off to the Shire we go. How you doing, Tisket? How's my favorite firefighter? bearing in mind that I'm saying this, and both my father and my brother are firefighters. Well, my dad's retired. He's more of an ambulance driver these days. But my brother is the first assistant chief of his freaking small podunk volunteer fire company. So, here's the relationship I currently have with my family. The only member of my family I talk to, even once in a while, is my half-sister. I will talk to her mom because her mom is cool. I don't currently talk to my own mother. I don't talk to either of my brothers, though I am more charitably in mind. My half brother it has not actually got on my shit list. My regular brother has, because he's an asshole. Having a rough day? I'm sorry to hear that. Hope Kitty makes it better, because kitties always make everything better. So, today, my niece, my brother and sister-in-law's one and only daughter, graduated high school. The last time I talked to my brother, was on Facebook after my niece randomly out of the blue said, "I need your address." And I asked her what for. She wouldn't tell me. So I'm like, I'm not going to give you my address. And, I was just talking to her like I talk to my friends. And she apparently got upset. My brother texted me, cussed me out, and told me to get my head out of my ass. And I'm like, don't worry about it. Amy, his wife, already gave her your address. Besides, your address, you can just find it on the internet, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that's not the point. I didn't give you consent to give out my address. So he was a dick, and I blocked him on my phone and whatnot. So I never actually even got the, so the reason my niece wanted my address was to send me an invitation to her graduation. Okay. If she'd opened with that, I probably would have been fine with it all, but no. They all had to be, cryptic and mysterious and then be assholes about it. And so I was having none of it. So she graduated today, and the way I know about it is my sister-in-law, my other sister-in-law, the one I don't actually actively dislike, was posting, I wish I could have been there. And our collective father was at his granddaughter's high school graduation. And considering the fact that my sister-in-law, Amy, the one I don't like, is something of a bitch, I'm sure my name came up in conversation in tones that would fit this bog pretty well. So, how is it anytime I come to Rushik Bog, there's like 1,000,001 freaking slugs around, but the one time I want to kill things indeed here, there's not a damn one to be found. Seriously. Where are all the damn slugs at? Hey, there's a slug. There we go. There's a slug. Maybe somebody else was in here killing them all. Hi, Ponton. How you doing, my friend? So it was just a kind of a weird feeling knowing that the rest of my family was either interested in my niece's graduation or was physically present at it, and apparently they were so offended and pissed off that I didn't want to give out my address without knowing why. That, they couldn't even be courteous enough to send the invitation. I was like, yeah, you didn't play ball according to our rules, so you can't come to the graduation. You finished the black book already? Good job. I dinged 120 on my minstrel and got her some gear, so she's not completely useless, and we'll be able to hopefully keep Professor Corey alive. When he goes traipsing through the Vales of Anduin here at Mythmoot. The downside to being on your family's bad side is the fact that they pretty much just don't want you around. But then that makes my my sister-in-law Amy quite happy, from my understanding. Because that means she can talk smack about me to my mom, and my mom can't really... My mom doesn't want to get in the middle of it. Can't say I blame her. But it also means that, like, for example, my mom had pneumonia a couple years ago around Christmas time. And it was the one time... It might have been like 3 years ago, I think. 2, 3 years ago. Hi, Fifi. Come here. I'm here. If you're gonna howl, you're coming on camera. That's the way it works. So my mom got pneumonia. She was actually in the hospital for like almost a week right before Christmas. And it was the year that Christmas was on a Sunday. So because I worked 4/10s, I had Friday, Saturday, and Mondays off normally. So I would have, and since I had Christmas off that year, at the time the company allowed us, who had been there long enough, to have all 7 holidays that the company celebrated off. So I would have had 4 actual days off to go see my parents for Christmas. My mom, and then, traveling up to see my dad at his place. But because my mom got sick, and her doctor strictly forbade her from, basically was told, you need to cut the stress out to be able to get better. And with my sister-in-law trying to cause drama, Mom was stressed out. So basically, Mom and I agreed that I wouldn't actually come home for Christmas. The one year in like probably at least 10 years or more that I would have had time to go see her for Christmas. And the reason we both agreed that I wouldn't go visit her for Christmas is because Amy would have started a fight. And Mom, basically, what would cause Mom the least amount of stress? My being there or my not being there? And she and I agreed that my not being there caused her the least amount of stress, because we both knew that Amy was going to start shit. So, yay, I've got that one done. Now I get to kill even more of them. So it was like super frustrating. So now it's basically I don't talk to any of my family, except occasionally I'll tweet at my sister. But even I don't really, the only time I get to see her is a couple of times a year. We might be at the same convention, like Gen Con or something. And I was actually considering skipping Gen Con this year, because Gen Con's not really my kind of con. The main reason I even went is because some comedy musician friends of mine generally wind up performing there every year, so it's like, hey, they're local, I could just drive on over, it's not a big deal. The past couple of years I've been going because our beautiful folks at Standing Stone were doing events. But last I heard, they weren't necessarily doing anything this year, but that may change. I heard a little something that might indicate they're changing their minds on that. The fact that I'm using a green screen in a frame, the frame is because it goes well with the thing next to me, so that is why it's there. And I haven't finished. I was actually going to either hang something up in the background or turn the green screen off, because literally it's a green wall. It's not a green screen. It's the wall was painted green by a previous owner of the house, so it's no big. Killing all the slugs. So we're just doing some lobby deeding, even though this is like an ancient character, mainly because I never did the deeding, and I am working on getting some of these boosted. So, yay! Free virtue points! And these are super easy. So once I get some of the ones done here in this Shire, I will probably look at the ones in Breeland that I can get done pretty quick and move on from there. I'm in Rushek Bog in the Shire. Just cleaning up some old stuff for completionist sake, so doing super easy, just chilling out. Talking smack about the family, you know. As you do. Because with the new virtue system, you can see I haven't been doing a lot of these deeds, so I have a lot of virtue points, virtue XP to gain, so I might as well clean up some of these old deeds and get some of that sweet, sweet virtue XP. Problem is, every time I come to the freaking bog to go find the slugs, they're all over the place. Well, when I go to find them, they're nowhere to be found, but when I'm actually here trying to, you know, when I'm not trying to finish a deed, they're all over the damn place. So we're just doing our little circle around the bog and getting this stuff done. What are y'all up to tonight in Lotro? Anybody been playing the Vales of Anduin content? Because one of the reasons why I wanted to get my virtues up is to, you know, have... Well, hello there. I hate when my trackball does that. Is to get a little bit more power going into the Vales. Already getting a little bit more health because of getting some of these deeds done. The virtue XP going into my slotted traits right now. And the thing that I learned from Chromite, I've not been to the volume 2, book 3 of Epics. Ooh, nice. Haven't been to the Vales yet. I haven't been to the Vales in live yet. I have been in there in Boldor, and it's pretty nice. Okay, I lied. I was in the Vales in live the other day. Actually, yesterday during Corey's show, because I was trying to find out whether it would be considered a dangerous area for level 100. So the main thing is what I'm doing here is using the passives and also, you know, picking mitigations versus, like, there's only one might-based thing now, and I wanted to get... This one is really good. The new one, Wit. Nobody has any ranks in Wit, but it's looking pretty sexy, so I'm definitely going to keep that as my earning virtue for now. So I was hanging out with Apulu Felgar in his stream earlier today. Him and Gumsgang, we were in Discord and chatting with folks. And it was actually a pretty good time. Apulu has yet to go to the Vales to do the new chicken quest, but he did actually go to Sanderson's farm to see what it was all about. So that was pretty exciting. Because for those who like Apulu's chicken run, it's a frog. Oh man, I don't need the bog toads, I just need the slugs. Wish the frogs counted for this. Make it a slug and frog deed. There should be a frog and toad deed, and that's only because my friend Nathan Johnstone once wrote a song about frog and toad being friends. I think there should be a frog and toad deed. I think somebody should make a pub called the Frog and Toad. Or Toad and Frog, whichever. And they must, of course, be presented as friends, because that's the theme of the song he has about Toad and Frog being friends. And I really do like the updates to the Shire and the older areas. Scenario really did a good job. There were some false starts, let's call it like it is. Being able to fish in the main drag of Brockenborns was not an intended thing. So they did take that out, as they should have done. But it has actually been really, really interesting to see the updates and seeing, kind of, gives it a little bit of a new car smell. And when we were was running in game with Sapiens, the former community manager who had, pretty much played the game in 5 years, he was really appreciating. He's like, "Wow, when did they change this?" And I was like, "That was last year." Good old Sapiens is out in LA this week for E3, so he's having a lot of fun. He's taking pictures in Hollywood. And you should definitely follow his Instagram. He has an Instagram called The Little Adventurer. He is a big Lego nerd, like super Lego nerd. Oh, hi. And he likes to play Lego games, and he takes the little Lego minifig with him as he travels and takes pictures with it. Like, really good photos. Really high quality photos. And he has one for his wife. Apparently Anita is now officially his wife, even though they don't have the piece of paper saying, "Hey, you're legally married by the state of Massachusetts." He's actually publicly they're calling each other husband and wife, which they should do. They've been together like 15 or more years. I don't know, heading toward 20, I think. And they're good people. They're really good people. So next week, I will be putting in 5 hours on the official Locho channel, co-hosting or guest hosting Corey's show. And then leading into my official show, Gondor Has No Druids. And then the following week, I will be guest hosting Court of the Rings, but not guest hosting Mythgard and Middle-earth because Professor Corey will be back. And then the following week, I will endeavor to be around for Court of the Rings, but I will not be doing my own show, and neither will Corey because we'll both be at Mythmoot. And I do believe there will be a change of format of some kind for Court of the Rings. I will probably be sitting in a meeting, an official, formally scheduled sort of meeting, with Cordovan probably next week? Later this month, whenever it happens. And we're gonna see how that goes. I think what he wants to do is to switch to playing a Runekeeper and then just boosting it to like 95 or 105, and then he can feel our pain about the Valar boosts. Because there's some serious pain going on there. We'll see how it goes. Because I do know there have been a lot of people in chat for his show that want to see him do higher end content and feel our pain with the legendary weapons system. Yes. I actually don't use legendary weapons on pretty much any of my characters. Because that was funny. Yep, in fact, this character is using a couple of weapons that I got out of loot boxes. So. And before that, I was using the level 115 crafted set that you could. The crafted weapons you can get with the. If you're kindred with the Mordor faction, Conquest of Gorgoroth, you could then use your signets to buy crafting recipes and send your alts. Yeah, I was doing that. And I was still getting huge, vastly better better DPS out of my weapons than I was with the first age or allies that I had. Yeah, as an example, as my two-hander. This is my one-hander. It's been imbued, and the legacies are very, very bad, and I've got the, not the best relics ever, but, yeah, 518 DPS versus 1,300 and change, and plus the stats. Yeah. So, that is why I don't use my freaking allies, because they're a pain in the ass. And I don't have the time or the patience or the sheer cussedness of folks like Chromite to be such a completionist and to grind to get the things to be able to, max them out. So I definitely feel the pain of the players who are doing the grind, and I hope whatever update Standing Stone ever comes up with for the LI system, that it's not so painful. To be somewhat mildly fair, though, there is some deliberate choices to make some of the grind to be attractive through the store. There is some monetization involved, but it's not required. You just have to grind. It's either grind or pay. Grind or pay. And Standing Stone is actually not as bad about that as other companies. Looking at you, BioWare. Star Wars The Old Republic. And I like Star Wars The Old Republic. I like their story. I like the gameplay. I like to be a badass Jedi. Or a super evil Sith Lord. There's a Sith lady called Sith Warrior, who's a Marauder, advanced class, so dual wielding red lightsabers. Actually, she's dual wielding blue sabers because she's Chiss, so she has blue skin, blue hair, and red eyes, and her name is Darth Pixie Sticks. For some reason, I haven't gotten forced to change the character name. And the reason she has the name is because an acquaintance of mine by the name of Concetta Parker, who serves as the agent to James Arnold Taylor, the voice actor, she said that I had to play, or had to go to my very first Star Wars celebration as a Sith. So that happened because of Concetta. So because Concetta is a huge Pixie Sticks addict, I named my Sith Lord character in homage of her. So that is fun and entertaining. You know what I am not seeing a lot of? And I know it's partly because there's a lot of frills, partly because the nameplates are gray. But I am definitely not seeing a lot of the mobs that I need to kill. And it's not just a case of, oh, I'm actually looking for them so I can never find them kind of deal. I suspect other people are doing the Slayer deeds at the same time. Or somebody is being very cheerfully stream sniping. Which is also possible. That's happened. There was one time I was actually streaming my show on the official and some guy was just jumping on my character. I'm like, can you please stop doing that? I was trying to be polite about it and whatnot. It's like, I'm trying to do a show here. Do you mind? Dude was just deliberately just trying to be a dick. And since I was on my show on the official, and it was still therefore mid-afternoon, I sent a little DM. Said, Cord, can you do something about this, please? And I think he wound up, why stop? You want to be on TV? Yeah, hi, Mom. Well, what wound up happening is Cordovan logged into his admin account and teleported the butthead to a raid boss. See, I don't mind necessarily if somebody, comes up in waves to say, hi, Mom. I do know Professor Corey does mind when people do that. And there is definitely the thing about, well, it's a free game, anybody can be here. Yes. But when you have somebody who is running ahead of your character and killing the mobs that you need to kill for a deed, or for a quest that you can't, it's like when they're deliberately going out of their way to prevent you from getting, like, they're deliberately griefing and it's plain as day that they're griefing, right? Like, everybody can see that they're deliberately trying to grief, they're deliberately trying to stream bomb. I mean, again, like, Ponton is more than welcome to come show up on any one of my streams, right? I don't care, because Ponton is cool. And Ponton, for example, doesn't just roll in and do it in a way that is intrusive to the show. And it's not so much about ego. It's like the notion of, like, you're giving a concert, right? This actually happened at Gamescom 2 or 3 years ago. Russell Brower was conducting the Video Games Orchestra. And some guy just walked up on stage. And it was clearly not somebody part of the show. And he literally sat on the riser that the timpani was on or something. And then somebody, with a headset came, who was clearly a stagehand because they were wearing black, came up and, pretty much had to get the guy off the stage. But it was not pleasant. Part of this is the fact that I can't see for all the freaking... I know there's something there. Like, I can see... And it's a bog toad. But there used to be a hell of a lot more slugs here. I'm sure of it. I'd have to kill 12 of them. $11 of them. Yeah, I mean, I've accidentally stream bombed people. The only time I would deliberately stream bomb somebody if it was somebody that I knew that they wouldn't mind. For example, I know Corey does mind when people stream bomb him. But most of us are like, okay, we understand people are doing their own thing, their own questing in the area. Or, might be doing whatever. But as long as it's clear that they're not trying to intrude on the stream, I don't think even he cares. But, yeah. When somebody's, deliberately trying to ruin the fun, that's when it's time to behave themselves. Yeah, messing with your guildies or in Lojo Kinnies, that's tried and true. Trolling your friends is amazingly fun. But it's different when you're just trying to be an asshole. That's what I ain't got time for. Screen caps and posts on Discord? Hell yeah. Don't do that in my Discord. Did you know that there's actually a rare signature that occasionally appears here, and I think only at night? It's like a troll that appears up here where the actual troll quest is. Ain't nobody got time for that. Well, apparently people do have time for that. And it's sad. Now you have to hunt for. I've only seen it like once. It's a very rare signature. It's kind of like that rare spider in the spider den in the back of that that goblin camp south of Gondaman. Yeah, there's a troll. You've only ever seen it once? Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure it was a troll at night kind of thing. Nighty. There is? Yeah. Eight more slugs, and then we can get out of here. I think maybe part of the problem is that they're co-spawning with the toads. So because I'm not killing the toads, anytime a slug respawns, it respawns as a toad. That might explain it. Yeah, I've only ever seen it once, and I think it's a nighttime spawn. So I don't know. I think you'd have to wait to see. Toad. Big Tom outside of... Have I seen Big Tom? I think I might have seen Big Tom like once. But I'm used to seeing like the brigand knave there more often than not. I'm actually half tempted to turn the frills off just so I can see through the damn reeds. I was like, oh, it should only take me like 15 minutes to go get all these slugs done. Yeah, 20 hour later, whatever. Still killing slugs. Hey, dare a slug. I think what I'm probably going to do the next time I do this, well, hi, is to actually go dig in my bank for Slayer Deed accelerators, because I know I have some somewhere. Kitty cat, what are you doing? What are you doing, kitty cat? So I've actually been enjoying what little I have seen of the Vales of Anduin. I'm very much a fan of the new music. But then again, I'm an unabashed fan of composers to begin with. And happy to promote the career as much as I can of Mr. Bill Champagne, aka Darth Celtics, aka head of QA, who moonlights as a composer. And I really hope he does get the opportunity to do the soundtrack for Minas Morgul. Kill them all. Only one more needed. One more slug. One more slug! Used to be a dragon in the Misties in a cave just under the path up to the area that leads to Goblin Town that vanished a while ago. Oh. I see you. You will be the chosen slug. Alright, got some 30 marks. You have gained 2,000 experience points for the Wit Virtue trait. Nice. Does that mean my other ones aren't earning? That would be unfortunate. Well, that's a good question. Are the other ones actually earning points or not? Anyway, back at the ranch. Gotta go kill some wolves in the Shire. Alright, we also have harvest flies to kill. Spiders and wolves. Okay. There's a rare elite in the Misties that if you kill him, it removes the blizzard and you get clear skies. That's kind of cool. Which part of the Misties is that rare elite in, and what kind of elite is it? What kind of critter is it? Hi, mystery meat. It changes? Interesting. Don't you remember back in the day when drop of honey and flying clover honey didn't, you couldn't buy them at the suppliers? Where you had to actually farm tin and then Kazad tin and then, you know, make the alloy with copper to make Kazad bronze and then regular bronze. Oh my god. South of Goblin Town, outside Hrimbar, called the Antlered King. Oh, interesting. Rainbow in the Shire! Last night, I was in the Withered Heath killing things on my minstrel. And it was nighttime, and there was a rainbow over the hills. Up the hill, over the hill. Here we go. Let's go find us some wolves, and we'll kill some wolves. Why y'all black bears? Black bears not gonna helpful. Not gonna be helpful here. I want some wolves. Horse butt. Boom. Man, if there was a goblin killing thing that I hadn't already done, I'd just go up there and kill all the goblins. The last time I went up there, Cord was playing on... he was playing a Guardian on Honor for a little bit, and he just ran up in there. I'm like, By the way, did you know there's a badger in the Lotra store now? Badger. Badger. And I am told that there is a reference to the Badger song. You know, that overused Badger meme? They put it in the game somewhere. You know, Betcher, mushroom, mushroom. Yeah, bat thing. They put it in the game somewhere. Standing stone plus. Wait. I don't think I've ever actually run up this hill. To quote Kate Bush. Hey, there's a wolf there. There was a wolf there. Werewolf? Their wolf, their castle. Mystery, you may not have the remains of my supper. No. Ah, hi. Pretty rainbow in the Shire. It's a burr. So we're just having a nice chill stream tonight. I'm probably gonna start doing the occasional giveaway in my channel on the official, or my show on the official. Probably not too much though. One thing, I'm of two minds when it comes to giveaways. I think they should be special. Yes, thief. Hold still, you dummy. There you go. See if he got his claw caught on something. I also dislike how some people have been farming Lotro points by going to all the giveaways, right? So it's like, hey, this person won, and it's like the same person who won in 3 other shows earlier that day. It's like, and they're not, and sometimes they're people who actually do engage with the show. But a lot of times I see it's just somebody who's there simply for the giveaway. They don't really care about the streamer or the show. They just want free Lotro points. And for some of us who have smaller audiences, it would be much more common for the same people to be winning over and over and over again. So I am going to talk with Cord and Elda for Weatherstock. Because Weatherstock, we're going to be giving away some new titles for the audience. And I kind of want to put a limit on, since it's going to be like a day-long event, I want to put a little bit of a limit on people, winning. Like, if, we take them aside and say, hey, you've already won. Or else, even if we announce, like, 1 win per person, somebody could just roll in with, alt accounts or whatever. There's not much we can do about that. But if we at least say up front, 1 per person, 1 win per person on such a big day, because there's going to be a lot of people trying to get these rewards because they're new titles. And I think they're really cool, and they're account-wide. I'm not going to tell you what they are because I don't remember the list offhand. I could go look. Actually, you know what? I am going to go look. Because it's sitting in my DMs in Slack someplace. Because somebody dropped them in my DMs so I could see. And the only reason I know about it is because I happened to be at the office when they were talking about them. And had given them some input as to why such and such a title was not a good idea. But hey, what about this title over here? Oh, hey, that's a good idea. We'll do that one. Let me see if I can scroll back far enough to find it. Hang on here. Aha, here they are. That was back in April, so it's been how many months now? 3, 4 months? No, 2 months. April, May, June. Okay. Some of the titles actually are going to be ones that you can put ahead of your name, like Abundantly Sublime. A couple of them have 2 versions where you can put the title after your name, which is really cool. A couple of them that I can tell you about, because they've already been announced, is Harnkegger. There'll be a special Harnkegger title for people. I don't know if it's going to be given to people who participate in the Harnkegger or just show up. But I do know there are some new ones for concerts specifically, but there's also some that are not concert specific, so it'll be fun. It'll be cool. And I hope people enjoy them. So I think we're going to be giving most of them away through giveaways in chat. As well as Lotro points, because, you know, we love giving away Lotro points. It's just we can't afford to give away as many as Blood is freaking making it rain over there. What's up with Bloodborne, and how much money did they spend? A shit ton of money. Anyway, let us go find some more wolves to kill. And I'm sorry this is, like, really boring compared to what a lot of people are doing, but this is just me playing catch up because I did want to stream today. But we can go do something more exciting. Once I get these Shire Slayer deeds done, we're going to go do something a little bit more exciting. We're probably going to go do some content up in Aaron Mithrin. And so I can maybe get some hits on these done. That would be nice. I know I saw a wolf up here. Well, there's one back here. Shot him through the trees. Something. Oh, it's a bear. Oh well. Sorry. Oh, I know where I can find wolves. You remember where you can find wolves in the Shire? I remember where. We'll get this deed done lickety-split before the sun sets in the Shire. So tomorrow, I don't know if I'll be streaming. I do kind of want to actually take a break and not spend half the day playing video games. But we'll see how it goes. Because I feel the weight of all the crap I have to do here in Lotro and other games. And I kind of do want to, you know, change things up. And I also have to work on my BlizzCon badge frames. I mean, they have the flat colors. If you've been in my Discord, you can actually see the flat colors there. And I need to finalize those colors and start offering them for sale. Which I hope people will like them. I mean, they're definitely not as fancy as a number of Blizzard fan artists that I'm aware of, but I like to think that they're not bad. And they're original designs. The only part of the design that isn't directly mine is I used reference materials to create a shield, a sword, a spear, and an axe on a couple of them. But the rest of it's all mine, and you can kind of tell which is mine and which was originally concepted by a Blizzard artist. And it's not unusual for people to reference, like, say you're drawing a portrait of somebody's character in the armor they wear in game. Well, somebody Blizzard created the art for that armor, so it is what it is. 6, 5 more to go. Ha ha ha. So I'll just go up this hill and find a shit ton of wolves. And I think later on, maybe later this year, I am going to try and get some more group content going. Because that's one thing I kind of miss is, like, most of the stream team folks have a group of people they run with on a regular basis, and I kind of enjoy that. And I don't have a regular group to run with, so I think I want to organize something, or at least see if some folks would like to join me on stream, either on my official show, if they don't want to have to censor themselves, we can, you know, stream over here. There we go. Wolves down. So now we just have harvest flies, and that's a two-part deed. Oh, and spiders. We gotta do spiders. Spiders and harvest flies. Okay. Best. See, I should have come here to just do the wolf deed. Where's the best place to find spiders in the Shire? Where the walking tree is. Ow. You can just run in there and just kill spiders, let them respawn, kill some more, let them respawn, kill some more. That's already on the advanced one, so that shouldn't hopefully take too long. I'm forgetting where the best place to find harvest flies are in the Shire. I think it's down by Budgeford. Spider. It counts. Man, I freaking hate that. And it's kind of bad that the spiders up in Oak Barton, just north of Oak Barton, don't count. Because it's not... Well, technically, geographically, it's in the Shire. As far as the game is concerned, it ain't. Come on, you filthy spiders! I'll take you with one hand tied behind my back. He was upstairs meowing for no explicable reason. I don't know why. I don't know why the cat is howling. He's just meowing. Why? Because he can. He's meowing for no reason. Unless he has caught something, has successfully hunted something, and is meowing to bring my attention to him so he can lay whatever it is at my feet and be so damn proud of himself. Because that's what thief kitties do sometimes. Well, there's bears here. Hi, kitty. He is such a poor neglected kitty, aren't you? Aren't you? Hi. Meow. Kitty boy. Ow. Crafting mats. Bags are fine. Hi. Hi, kitty. Alright, let's go get some more spiders. Goblins. More goblins. And one thing I kind of like about this this lantern, it came from the steed of the Unearthed Kingdom. One time when I opened a loot box on this character, as soon as she hit 120, because I had a spare loot box key, I got the entire cosmetic set. Looks like a bug zapper, I know, doesn't it? But the normal lantern that comes with the rest of this gear set, which I really love, by the way, has a beautiful lantern on it, but unlike this crystal, the lantern doesn't light up at night, or during the day. This just stays on, but most other lanterns will turn on shortly before dusk and turn off shortly after dawn. But this one is on the entire time. Alright, let's go kill some spiders. All of the spiders right here. I feel bad for anybody wanting to do this particular quest up here. I forget if this opens up or... Oh, hi. Now, if you're on level with these guys, level 10, they're actually something to worry about. I don't remember if you can go through this or not. Oh no, you don't have the corresponding quest! Well, that sucks. Trying to think of where else there are spiders in the Shire, though. I mean, the Greenfields ones that we just saw. Ooh! O'Malley, thank you. How you doing, by the way? Scary. I should have remembered that. It's been so long. Just... Well, since you had to show right the hell up. There we go. Look, here's another one. I should have remembered Scary. Deedon over on Laura Lynn. This is why I'm deeding. Look at my damn trait points. I look like crap. Just saying. Your little mischief maker berg? Hell yeah. I still have to get all of my my 2-camera concert tunes sorted out, but I already have them set up on Laurelin and Landy and Crick Hollow, and for now those are the only ones I really need them on. So I figure as the need presents itself that I might have to do or will be streaming a concert from any other server, I can, you know, quickly get that all sorted out. Hi, kitty. Me a stream eat? Oh, little girl. By the way, Shire Sky is the best sky. Except maybe Rohan. Rohan has amazing sky, too. Actually, Rohan was an improvement of the Shire Sky. Alright, here's Spider, Spider, Spider. I only need 19 of you. 18. $17. 16. 15. 14. 13. Yeah, it is creepy when the horse spawns before it's done. Yeah, that's true. Oh. What you doing? Alright. I do feel kind of bad because it's obviously a low-level player getting their questing done. Yeah, they're level 19. And they're about to die. Maybe. Well, they're playing a mini, so maybe not. I might want to take care of that bleed. Yep, they finally remember to heal. Okay. There you go. Okay, I'm gonna let them go back to what they're doing. And I'm gonna let them just respawn out here, because I only need 12 more. That's what we call being courteous to other players. Wait, what? Okay. Apparently they were deeding as well. Fine. I'll go in and kill the rest of the spiders in here, just for you. The mini sky raisin. That's an amazing name for net. And by killing the ones in here, it's less likely that anybody's actually gonna be distraught that I stole their kills. By the time they fight their way in here... Will be respawn. Flies are sky raisins. That makes sense. Bees and wasps are spicy raisins. Okay. Now I'm never eating a raisin again. What are you doing, kitty? I wish you guys could see Thiefy. He's sprawled on the back of his chair. Let me see if I can bring him into camera range. Look at him. He's sprawled. He's sprawled. Pretty kitties. Little meow mixes. Nighttime in the Shire. She will only eat Meow Mix. I feed my monsters, they get Friskies. For their kibble. And then they get, what is it? I think they also get Friskies wet food too. Oh, yours get Earthborn because the Bengal is a special snowflake. I hear you. Harvest flies. I mainly see harvest flies down by Stock and Butchford. Does that sound about right to y'all? Mine apparently only like to eat seafood related food. Either you know, the wet food is the Friskies seafood in the blue bag, and the actual gushy food that I get for them is the Yale Height. Yeah, that's pretty much where I was thinking. Down that a ways. But there are some close to the ford at Budgeford. Yeah, all of my cats love... Okay, the rescue kittens from last year are still living in the front room. Two of them are becoming adventuresome enough to want to go to get out and not roam the house, but they're kind of investigating still. And of course these two morons have to hiss at them, so they quickly run back and hang out. But other than Scamper Cat, who is the black and white of the kittens, none of them like me to pick them up at all. Except, well, actually, Scamper Cat is the only one who likes me to pick her up at all. The other cats, won't often let me pet them at all. The mama cat, will let me pet her if she is being fed. Like, if I'm feeding, the cats always have, like, a bowl of kibble out all times of the day. They get gushy food one time a day, generally shortly after I wake up. And then around midnight when I go get ice cream, if it's ice cream o'clock, then they will get a small amount of Temptations cat treats. So when it's feeding time at the zoo, the kitties will let me pet them, except one of the kittens will not let me pet them at all. You want a giant Maine Coon or a Hemingway cat? Oh my god. You want to see a huge ass cat? Let me go see if I can find the picture in my Discord. It's in the Discord. The question is where in my Discord? Oh, here it is. There's a huge ass cat. That is a Minnesota farm cat. Her name is Lizzie. She's got her own Twitter emote too. Her own Twitch emote. She belongs to Cordovan. That's his kitty cat. Actually more like his kid's cat, but you know. Lizzie used to live with his ex and their son. But then she wanted to get rid of the cat, and now Jerry has the cat. And her actual full name is Miss Elizabeth Bennett, but she's Lizzie. She's Lizzie. She's a good kitty. She is freaking huge. She weighs a ton, too. And there's actually a picture of her sitting on... I picked her up at one point and put her on the kilt that I was making, because I knew she would jump up on it at some point and get it infested with cat hair anyway. Okay, Yale height is... That's the stock tower. Yale height's up here. A wedgehead measer. I think, the next kind of cat, if I were to... Well, hello! You were right, there are harvest flies out the ass up here. I want a gray kitty. I used to have a gray kitty at one point. But only for, like, for like a year and a half. It was a kitten that I had rescued. And the kitten I used to call my mutant kitty because she had, like, her fangs, like her kitten fangs never fell out. So she literally had four fangs instead of 2. Oh, this is like the best place for harvest flies. Jesus. This is like Slayer Central for this. This will be fast. Festival grounds? Interesting. Is this where... No, this isn't where the picnic thing is. The picnic is on the next hill up here. So why did it say festival grounds? I am very interested in the answer to that question. That's where you go mushroom hunting? Kitty thief? True. Just waiting for the flies near the Yale height to respawn. Hey, look, it's rhubarb. I should pick it and send it to Alapena. The Lord of Rhubarb. One thing I really love about this game is that they make the quests in the Shire feel right. You know? The pie emergencies in the Shire are important Shire-themed adventures. They feel right for the area. Tater. Random sapling in the middle of the field. More tater. Yeah, no, there's a lot of mysteries about why something is where it is in the game, and sometimes it's fun to speculate, like an in-character reason for it, which is actually what Professor Corey does a lot during his Exploring Lord of the Rings shows, is he actually talks about, like, he's not necessarily interested on why Tolkien did something, or what the developers think Tolkien meant when they were doing something. He's trying to find out, why did the elves put something there, or why is this gazebo here? Whose gazebo is it? When was it built? That kind of thing, which I find actually very fascinating. Because you're not answering the question of why the devs did something, but why you basically take the assumption that what the devs did is fully in canon and is honoring the vision of Tolkien. So what's the in-character reason for something being somewhere? It's really awesome. Ten more to go! Ha ha ha! Well, there's one potato, two potato, three potato, four potato, five potato, seven, one more to go. Who's gonna respawn first and then get killed? Deader than a doornail. Oh yeah, you click on them, but it's something like some of the tapestries that Corey had been going on about in exploring Lord of the Rings, like in Rivendell. We were trying to piece together what the tapestry was with no out of character information, like ones that we as players know what they are simply because you can buy them in the Lotro store or something as a housing item, and it will say the name of what it is, which of course takes all the fun out of it. Okay, so if I'm understanding this virtue system, is you can, and this makes sense to me. I had thought for a moment that the virtue system worked, well, the old one I knew it didn't, but I was thinking for a moment that the system would work like the legendary item system, where if you had things slotted, any IXP you got would be equally distributed amongst those, and then, you know, whichever this one here has, like the one that's flagged as earning, is just kind of there. But that's not the way this works. This is still working the way it used to, but before you complete a deed, you need to flag which one you want your XP to go to. So I kind of see the point of a lot of people who want to have virtue XP gems like you do for legendary item experience. I see their point now. I kind of saw it before, but I didn't really understand it quite so much. But this wit thing is, there's no reason not to have this as your earning, because look at the benefit you're getting for that is so good. Even at like number 18, you go over here to one of these, they're not as, quite frankly, they're not as good. I mean, Valor is pretty good at rank 21, but this one looks like an all-around benefit to all of everything, so it's gonna be the OP virtue, just saying. Okay, so we have done our deeds in the Shire. I am a Slayer of the Shire. But I don't get these until I do those other 3 deeds. Done Erd Lewin. Except, you know, killing things in Sarner, which just gets us points and titles. Let's go back to Bree. I just have to do the Slayer deeds in Bree, and those will be easy. Peasy lemon squeezy. So Bargus, Neeks, Hjorn, Sickleflies. Executioner of the Wicked. Okay, we're gonna go to Breeland and kill some things. I'm gonna remove this one. Actually, I'm gonna remove these 2 as well, so I can keep these to ones that are... Oh, Shinola. I didn't mean to do that. Alright, well, add... Barguests. Alright, we're gonna kill things in Bree. Have a little bit of fun with that. Yes, we are. So we're almost done with the Neeks and the Barghists. Well, the Barghists definitely. So let us go kill all the things over that away. It's already 11 o'clock anyway, so... Hello, other player. You can have them now. They're all yours. Have fun. Don't get killed. Don't die. Wait, what was that other one? It was killing... Oh. Killing awakened trees in... But that doesn't count toward the Slayer deed, does it? Yes, it does. Okay. So we're gonna go to the old forest, kill some trees. Are we gonna just ride across the river? Yes, we are. Whee! Hey, Spider, how you doing? I apologize about... Well, I just got done killing a whole bunch of your brethren. Lots and lots of spiders. There's Slayer deeds for them in Lotro. Just saying. They exist. It's time to go kill some trees, though. Plenty to go around. True. Spiders are a rather prolific race. Now, where's the best place to go find some trees that are walking around? This way, I think. Let's everybody get lost in the old forest. Why? Because everybody else does. Except that's the path up to Bald Hill. Am I on landing tonight? No, I'm on Crick Hollow. This is actually my main over in Crick Hollow. My actual main, not the one you always see me streaming. Because I needed to take a break from being a minstrel for a while. Because minstrels are effing squishy. They are super squishy. Like, oh my god, they're so squishy. Let's see, where is that other path off of Bald Hill? Actually, I don't remember. There isn't one. But there's trees that way. I have to go back this way and go around. Tom Naughty Corner, heck yeah. And yes, Scenario's overhaul of the old forest here was badass. Except there are still too many invisible fences and shit. I say Scenario, please, but I actually like him. Actually, there isn't anybody on the Lotro dev team that I don't like. They're all pretty good boys and girls. I might not always agree with what they do. Hi Goldberry, how you doing? But there isn't a dev team that I always agree with what their decisions are, and I try to be... Hello, awakened tree. I one-shot a tree that once killed me. Squishy. Well, my minstrel was squishy. She's less squishy right now. Um... Oh, Spider Eyes, you might be interested to know that there is a lady by the name of French Girl Gaming who now streams on the official Lojo channel. She normally streams at Aussie friendly times, so you should definitely follow her. She's cool beans. She is French, but she lives in Australia. Corpse! I'm gonna loot the corpse. I'm gonna loot the corpse. Anyone else want a piece of me? Probably not. You think you've seen her? Yeah, she's really nice. I was glad that she was willing to reach out and say, hey, I want to stream on the official. One of the cool things is occasionally Cordovan actually solicits our opinions about folks who want to join the team. And thankfully, we've been able to either vouch for or otherwise unvouch for, anti-vouch for folks. And it's... There we go. I am a root hewer. Oh, now I get to kill even more of them. Nice. So it doesn't count for that deed. Because there are some folks who don't understand the limitations on the official Lojo channel. And that's fine. I mean, there's folks who've actually left the team because they didn't feel like the rules, even as fairly slack as they are, were too much. That they wanted to do their own thing and not have to worry about, say, cussing on their own channels or something. Which is fair. And then there was the guy who decided to, who got himself kicked off the team because he used his access to the official to host World of Warcraft videos and use the old tags system to create tags that were, shall we say, homophobic, racist, that kind of thing, and definitely not the kind of quality we want to have on the official team by any stretch of the imagination. But it's not a very high bar to pass to be on the team. It's just basically, you have to be a streamer, right? And YouTube, Mixer, Twitch doesn't really matter, though the channel is on Twitch. And just not be a dick. To each their own. Yep. And, there have been, fair comments made as like, why don't you show more folks playing raids? Because a lot of the folks who raid don't like to censor themselves. When I raid, I cuss a lot. It's just the way it is. I say bad words if I'm PvPing. And sadly, sometimes the chat follows the mentality. And that's part of the issue is the competitive folks in the thing. Yeah, there's really too much going on in a raid. I mean, I have actually checked out a couple of streams where people were raiding and there was only like 3 people watching. And so one of the arguments that some raiders will make to us say, well, if you streamed raids, more people would watch the channel. And I'm like, these people are streaming raids and nobody's watching them, so no? And the chat gets a bit out of hand, you know. It's part of the culture. If you're at a high-end rating level, or if in PvP, it's expected that people will get a little bit out of hand, and we can't have that sort of shenanigans happening on the official. So we'll see. So it's always funny to me when I hear that somebody who's been in trouble on the official a couple of times asking to join the stream team. I'm like, you got banned how long ago? But I've gotten better. No, you haven't. Yeah, streaming is also a bit of an adventure. It does take a bit of work. You do have to have the gear enough, because you need to have a computer that's not only able to play the game, but to also stream it at a decent quality. Now, I'm fortunate that I have an older gaming laptop here that can stream if I was away from home. If I just had... And you have to have pretty decent internet to be able to stream and stream well. Otherwise, I mean, anybody can stream and have the frame rate look like crap, but, you know. Tater. What's Tater's precious? Just a technologically challenged grandma. Sounds like a band name. You do actually have to have a good presence. One of the things about streaming, and this is something that a lot of people don't understand, if you don't have a large circle of friends, actual friends, not just a large circle of acquaintances like I have, is that you have to be entertaining. You have to be able to talk to yourself for hours on end and not expect to have anybody in your chat. I know some people who would stream and wouldn't have any viewers, but they still streamed. They still put their videos up on YouTube if they felt the desire to do so. Because that's what they wanted to do. And then there's some folks who already have a circle of friends, or they have some sort of internet famousness. One of the things about being on the Lotro stream team is Cordovan doesn't mind if we use it to help get our channels, to help promote our channels to get us affiliate status. He doesn't mind if we promote our channels to try to get partner status if we're already affiliates. But there ain't nobody ever gonna become a Twitch partner by streaming Lotro exclusively. It just, even and this is something Cord and I have actually talked about on the rare times when we actually do get to chat amongst ourselves, is that he is fully aware it is highly unlikely any of us will ever become a partner by streaming Lotro exclusively, because it doesn't have that big of an audience. When the community manager show rarely hits 200 viewers on the regular basis, then clearly even the up and coming folks, and I've seen people stream PvMP, I've seen people stream raids, I've seen people stream all kinds of content from all various places in the game, and the only folks who aren't Cordovan who is consistently pulling in numbers are currently two people, Bloodborne and Professor Corey. And here's the thing, Bloodborne only pulls in the big end numbers when he is doing the big ass Lotro Points giveaways. And I hate to say that, but that's the way it is. Professor Corey actually does, on the regular, pull in 90 to 100 viewers on the Signum U channel when he's streaming his Exploring Lord of the Rings class on Tuesday nights. But a lot of those viewers have absolutely nothing to do with Lotro. They don't play the game, and as soon as he goes on the field trip segment of the show, those viewers vanish. Because they're there for the professor, they're not there for the game. They're there to discuss the books. Well, still I'm saying the book because we're still in the first goddamn book, 2.5 years into the show. On the other hand, Professor Corey is also has an extremely famous listener in the form of Stephen Colbert. Dwaro Scholar, does he get a lot of people? I think he gets more people than many of us do, because he is a personality. He sounds like a radio DJ, right? Okay, so there isn't a follow-up to that one. So now I have the Slayer of Brelands 5 of 8, and it was 4 of 8 before. So I have Sickleflies, Neeker, Breakers, and Bargus. Well, Bargus will be easy. There's only 5 of them that I need, and they're right next door in that place. And Neeks I can get in the Midwater. He's been, yeah, I love listening to the Dwaro Scholar. I just wish I had more time to listen to the Dwaro Scholar. I'm glad we got him on the stream team. We're going to go out this path and go through the other path. Gonna get ourselves lost. See a tater. Just for me, it's easier to just go around. Come out of the old forest over here. Hello, other player. Amali, is that your alt? It is. Hi, there's your alt there. I saw you. You stream bomb. Stream bomb. And I don't particularly feel that I'm entertaining to listen to. So there are some folks that I know who are fishing for partnership, and they're still trying to find a game or their niche, and it is really rough. Because part of the issue is Twitch has changed so much over the years. and there so many more people are able to stream that it's harder for people to be found. And there's also a lot of problems with how Twitch. Oh, that's why there aren't any bar guests around. Other players. Part of the issue is, why are you on Twitch? Oh, there's one. And one of the things that I have noticed is there is a big difference between working to become a partner and saying that's all you want out of life. Oh, hi, Stream Bomber. Oh, hi. Do I have a fish slap? We're just gonna stand there like that for an hour. I know that's O'Malley because you sent me an IM earlier. You sent me a tell. I'm over here just killing all of the things. I need to find some puppies. Some puppies. It's like, I could find like 5 million of them when I don't need them. But when I actually do need them, I can never find a damn one. Oh, the Wandering Shade. Do you remember when the Wandering Shade was the Lost Shade and he was always in Bree at night? And you couldn't actually start or complete his quest if he wasn't up. And he would fade out at dawn. Yeah, it was annoying. Should have brought your hunter? No, it's fine. I'm only going to be streaming till midnight anyway, so we're almost done. And I don't mind. I just wanted a chill deeding stream, and I was looking toward the possibility of maybe starting to do some Vales of Anduin stuff, but that didn't happen. So sickle flies and Neeker breakers. There's more people here? Oh, hey, look, it's somebody farming. Hunter and 2 lore masters. We're not going to worry about what they're doing. It ain't my job to police the system. Because I was actually watching somebody farming crafting mats and stuff. Well, there was somebody on the forums who got his nose out of joint because somebody was seemingly AFK farming. Or botting, basically. Which is, botting is against the terms of service. But if you're actually at the keyboard and actually farming legit, Standing Stone isn't gonna do anything to you. Well, hello there, more people. Nope, have fun with the footy! Sickle flies and Neeker breakers, we're gonna find them in the Midgewater Marshes. All the Neeker breakers. Actually, I have a Neeker breaker, a sapphire Neeker breaker. Anytime I'd been opening loot boxes recently, I'd been getting the topaz Neeker breaker, and I don't care for it. Sploosh. Whoops. I splooshed in the river. I would actually disenchant it and get the Figments of Splendor. And I've gotten that damn thing like 3 times. Whee! Getting caught up on the Discords real quick because people were saying stuff in Discord. How dare you? I actually need to play my lore master more often because I just got a really cool staff. I figured out that in the Lotro store, if you... Hey, Apulu streaming again. Oh, it's fine. No, it wasn't just you, Catriona. Elda and Belle were chatting about something. And it's one of the few channels that I have that actually sends me notifications to my phone. So it's like my phone kept going off. It's fine. Wait, Knickerbreaker. Wait, do you count? You do. Die, Knickerbreaker scum! If I recall correctly, there's like a whole shit ton of Knickerbreakers here. And this is where people don't remember that there's Knickerbreakers. When they go do the deed, they just go to the Midgewater Marshes. Meanwhile, there's all of these. Because actually, I don't think these used to count for the deed for some reason. Or else some other killing the Knickerbreakers deed it didn't count for because it wasn't the right area. And it was like annoying. How did the Shing not kill him? I feel like meleeing some Neeks right now. These are actually easier to farm than the ones in the Midgewater Marshes. Because surprisingly, there are fewer of them in the marshes than there are here. See, look at that. We're already 23 of 60. Yes, you too can follow my Twitter if you so desire. With all the terrible memes, the replies to other people's awesome tweets, and occasionally advancing opinions of my own. But not too often because, you know, I don't have much original to say. Backpack! Let me get these Knickerbreakers first and then I'll go raid the backpack. Never leave a lootable object behind. No matter how piss poor the results. Why? Because it's free stuff. Look at the turtle catching kids. Aww. The Hobbit says, here, turtle, 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 turtle. He's like, come here, you, come here, turtle. $31. 32. 33 and 34. 35. Maybe it's the ones that are closer to Andrath that don't count. Or they didn't used to, but now they do. So again, tomorrow I don't think I'll be streaming necessarily. I might. I do kind of want to get something, get some stuff done that doesn't involve necessarily gaming or sitting on my fat ass here in front of the computer. I do want to actually spend some time doing some organizing and cleaning of the library upstairs. Because it's a disaster area. Because one of my plans is, if I can, is I might turn the table up there. Because, if you've been following the Kiltoning streams, is that not the library upstairs. Actually, I want to do that one too. But the sewing room upstairs also needs cleaning. The library is actually more of a disaster than the sewing room. But I wanted to clean up the sewing room a bit so I could go back to streaming crafting stuff. And I have a bunch of gaming miniatures that I would like to try and actually paint. I thought that might be something fun. Would people be interested in watching that? Or do you think that would be boring versus watching a game that you could, stream bomb on? Or, I don't know. The only downside to streaming upstairs is the fact that the sewing room does get very warm in the summer. So I don't know. I'm thinking about it still. Here, neeker, breaker, breaker, breaker. Already 4 done? That's late watches. So what is your actual favorite time of day in the game? Whether it's because you like the skybox or because you yourself prefer day or night or evening. I'm just idly curious. What time of day is your favorite in game? Woot! Done. Ten Lotro points. So Sicklefly, that is definitely going to be the Midgewater Marshes. Dawn and Sunset. Fair. Game. There we go. I think... Ooh. I'm gonna have to say sunset is my #1 favorite time of day. Because I freaking love the sunsets in this game. They are so fucking gorgeous. But... nighttime in the Shire is See, there are so many sunsets all over the game, and a lot of them look very different. Like the ones in the Belfast housing instances versus the ones in the Shire, the ones in Rohan. But nighttime at this in the Shire with the stars out and that soft piece of music. Nighttime in Argh. There you go. That's a good one too. So I would have to have a top 5. There is no favorite because there's always something I like. Oh, hello there. Greater Sicklefly, you will die. And now that I'm looking for Sicklefly versus Knickerbreakers, I'm gonna find nothing but Knickerbreakers. Because that's how this works. Or goblins, you know. See? Knickerbreakers. All the goddamn Knickerbreakers. Kill the goblin. Why? Because it's there. Just have to be careful not to cross over into the Lone Lands, because they won't count. You know, honestly, I always thought the Knickerbreakers were crickets when I first read Lord of the Rings. So when I first saw them in game, I'm like, what the hell? These don't look like what I pictured Knickerbreakers to be. There are more flies on the eastern side. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, the description of books made me picture them as crickets. Then Sam was just making up a name for the sound because Sam would not necessarily have heard crickets before in his life because he wouldn't have been outside playing around ponds as a kid. As a young hobbit lad. One thing I do like about Locho is the simple fact that when you're over level, they are gray and won't attack you unless you attack first. Unless, of course, you're in an instance where they are supposed to attack anything that walks in the door. Wildstar actually did something... They did a more advanced version of that concept. What they did is, let's say you go into, not a dungeon, but you go into a little region where it's got a specific mob there, right? And at the quest that you're doing may not even necessarily call for you to go to the back end of that. It's like a cave, basically. Like, here's a cave full of, you know, skeeches. And you fight your way through, you complete all your quests into the thing. And when you're done, you can either leave the cave or you continue to fight all the way to the back of the cave and kill the signature boss in the back. And then once you kill that leader, then all of the mobs on the way out in that cave are suddenly neutral to you. Like, you can just walk out and they won't attack. But if you do attack, then they start reacting, you know, with the normal aggro radiuses and, you know, Like, well, the ones you attack will react, but the ones you're not attacking, if you don't AoE your way into them, then you'll still be fine. It's really cool. That is a lot of things WildStar did do right for all of its other faults. So I really do miss that game. And ironically enough, if you go to the WildStar Twitch channel, which should still exist, actually, let's see. Man, my computer's running real slow. Come on, Chrome, stop being an ass. Yeah, the WildStar channel still exists. I'm no longer a mod? Rude. Oh, it doesn't actually see me in chat, though, either. But it should tell you who the mods are, regardless of who's actually in chat. So, it looks like they finally did demod me. Aww. I don't think that's right. Nope. They finally demodded everybody except some Carbine employees and a couple of folks who actually aren't Carbine employees. So, whatevs. But for the longest time, I and QMG Saint were the only non-dev mods of the WildStar game channel because they didn't have a stream team like we had in Lotro. Actually, I don't think anybody has a stream team like Lotro does. I think the closest other games get to what we have is where somebody will get hosted by their official channel, or they'll actually be on site at the studio streaming in their normal stream room. But they don't actually have they don't hand out stream keys to people to stream on their channel. Like, for example, World of Warcraft, when the kind of streams they do is either they're streaming, like, a big esports event where they have actual formal broadcasters like you'd see at a regular sporting event. You know, with suits and ties and, clean cut, decently groomed, shall we say. And just basically going super serious with making it look like a legitimate, and it's not illegitimate, it's like a real sportscast. Why did I never notice that statue over here before? Why did I never notice this before? I mean, it's right in view of Staddle, for frick's sake. And in view of the... Is that new? I wouldn't put it past scenario. But one of the other things that, for example, Warcraft does is when they have people on their channel, those people don't promote their own personal brands. They are strictly representing the company as a contractor. So it's very different from what we have on Lotro Stream. And I don't know of any other game that has a stream team like us. I mean, there could be, and I'm just not aware of it. But what most games will wind up doing is they will either promote a streamer and let the streamer do their own stream on their own channel Um, and just, vet them ahead of time to make sure their content is acceptable. Some games don't care if that streamer like cusses or whatever. Some of them will actually say, if you're gonna, at this time, and and the company will heavily promote that person's stream, like, and I think in a lot of cases, a lot of those are actually like the big time companies. They're paying for that access, and it's generally gonna be a well-known streamer. Like somebody who's already famous within the community before they got tagged to, be on the company channel. Though I could be wrong about the compensation thing. But it just would make sense of the way they do it. Would involve some kind of compensation. And just so you know, none of us on the Locha stream team get a red cent for streaming on the official. One thing that's actually different, the DDO stream team, I don't think they get anything for streaming there either, but one thing that's different between Court of the Rings and the DDO weekly show is that the players who run with Cordovan every week over there, he gives them codes for 500 DDO points. I get nothing. I don't ask for anything, to be quite honest. So I do think there's a couple of folks who assume that I'm just getting 500 points under the table every week, and I don't. Seriously, I buy my points like everybody else, because and actually, and again, this is a me thing. This is not a looking down on how other people do things, but just for me, it feels wrong to join the giveaways of the other Lotro streamers on the official, because the points codes, well, firstly, it's like, even though I'm currently unemployed, hopefully that'll be changing soon, but during this time, if I want points, I would just buy them. And I think the only time I ever received points was one time I was given a bunch of points by one of their former brand managers, not Quartermaster U, but Leo Tan, one of their PR guys, as a thank you for doing some press coverage of DDO at the time. Actually, I think that event is where I first met Cordovan, I think. See, all the damn Neekers. So let's go to the other side of the marshes and go get a few more. We need 20 more flies that need to die. Flies that need to die. So one of the problems that DDO has... Oh, Kevin, thank you for the subscription. You are so kind. That is very much appreciated. Midge swarm. There. Don't swarm around me. One of the problems I do see is that there are some people who are farming DDO points by constantly running begging Cordovan to run with him on his weekly DDO show. But there is a big difference. On the DDO side, he has characters already on every server. So he can easily jump from server to server. So what they do over there is... 2 weeks in a row, he'll play on the same server. And then in the next 2 weeks, he'll play on the next server. He goes down their list. They have fewer servers than we do. I think they have like 8 or 9, maybe? So unless they're doing like a special preview of their test server, Lamania, generally Cord will play 2 weeks in a row on one server, and then he'll play 2 weeks in a row on the next server, go, lather, rinse, repeat. Or they're doing the big anniversary event or whatever, So what happens is, certain longtime DDO players, a couple of them on their stream team, basically try to run with Cord every single week so they can farm. And he gives them, again, 500 points. And there have been a couple of times Cord actually pissed some of those folks off by deliberately not choosing the regulars. Because, like, as soon as he would log in, like, people would know which characters he uses for his streams. And then as soon as, they would have him on the friends list, and as soon as he logs in, they'd start sending him tells and saying, oh, hey, I want to be on the they don't necessarily want to be on the show or want to necessarily help out. They're either farming loot, because it's an easy, fast run through a couple of dungeons, or they're farming DDO points. But he can't do something like that on the Lotro side, simply because he doesn't have characters that can do any kind of content on all of the servers. And he's never had time to play characters on all of the servers and there's always why don't you just boost a character? Well, yeah. Except he didn't want to boost characters if he didn't have some rudimentary knowledge of the class to begin with. So he'd always resisted the notion of boosting. But now that he's got a class that he plays, that he actually enjoys playing, he doesn't enjoy playing Minstrel, because it doesn't fit his usual play style. So he's not having fun playing Minstrel. So it's bad enough you get yelled at by the community for an hour, but you also are playing a class you don't even like. So a little bit of a masochist streak in our beautiful community manager. So, So I suggested maybe he just should boost a new Runekeeper and just go for that. So I think that's what he's going to do. But we still have to meet about it and talk about it and figure out what he wants to actually do. I don't know. He might actually just turn the show into 100% talk show and possibly pre-record conversations with the devs, but I don't think that'll go over very well because the community wants to interact with the devs. They don't just want to listen to them. But what do I know? Almost done killing the... Oh, hello, you. Hi. You are a fly. You must die. I like the fact that my my right click is giving me this huge ass heal, and it's completely unnecessary. We shall see how it goes. 3 to go. 2 to go. One to go. You fly? Silk fly? Anywhere? Anywhere? Bueller? You are the latest contestant on The Fly is Right. Yay! So my wit is up to 27. Got modes of enchantment. Got some marks. Got some more marks. Got even more marks. And I have completed the deeds of Bree. Tasty. Some nice points there. So we've gotten Bree land done. We've gotten the Shire done. Actually, I don't have the deeds of the Shire complete yet. Got all the Slayer deeds, the Explorer deeds. But in order to complete the overall deeds of the Shire, I still have to do those other three. I have to finish the questing. And where's the no place for spoiled pies deed? So, you retrieve the pies from all the various places. I'm sure I've already done this. I'm fairly sure I've already retrieved all of the spoiled pies. A long time ago. Like, when the game first launched. I'm very sure I've already done this quest. And the Shire Brewmaster? I'm pretty sure. No, I'm not a pie runner. I'm only pie eating champion. Alright. I did them over on Arkenstone. At least, I know I did the Shire Brewmaster one on Arkenstone. Because my Arkenstone main has been around since day one. She's only level 29. Actually, from like 25 to 29, all of her leveling has been done with the auto-granted, the free XP from festivals. It's funny. So, there's that. Well... The Life of the Bounder. I still have 8 quests to do to complete Advance, but then you have to get into the final one. So I'm sure there's more quests to be done in the Shire. Well, that kind of bites. How is it the Shire has more deeds than anywhere else? Or did Breland have that many? Yeah, Deeds of Breland only had 3 to do. Arid Lewin only had 3 to do. Why is the Shire special? Like, oh my god, even the Lowlands only has 3. I could kill all the Bog Lurkers and Crabine. Ooh, Crabine is almost done with that one. Slaying all of the things. Well, sounds like I have a lot more work to be doing here. Good times. Hey, Wood. Sneaky. How are you? I gotta do pies again. Oh, they raised deed for bounders when they realized the pies and mail request completions. Kind of like how when the Spring Festival was up, you could pretty much do one maze quest and then do the sunflower quest cycle and get all 10 of what you needed. Yes. Yes. So we're just about done for tonight, and I want to finish my food. Let's see, there's Ponton. Ponton is there. But I think I did pretty well with getting my virtues. I realized how the virtue system works, and it works exactly how it used to work in my case. So I've got wit leveled all the way up to 27 and change. So that's pretty cool. I think what I'll wind up doing is replace one of these other ones with wit, but I haven't decided which one yet. Because I'm a champion, so I'd want stuff that gives me mitigations or critical. So I might replace the might. Actually, finesse, physical mastery. I mean, the passives are pretty nice. But yeah, I'm gonna stop that. I'm gonna put wit in its place and have it be the earning. Because wit really does give you a lot. It's much better than zeal, and it's higher than zeal now, so good times. Snacks? So, here's a question. Since it's almost... Well, it's Saturday night, and it's almost midnight. Should I... Actually, I'm kind of feeling like it should be ice cream. I'm thinking ice cream. Versus finishing off what was the remains of my supper, which has been sitting cold here for the past 3.5 hours. Ice cream would be good because I don't necessarily feel like food. I know. Sorry, Wood. Hi, Tiffy. Yes, as Moobot likes to say, if you are so inclined, I do accept tips. By the way, for those who don't know, speaking of donos or donations, it's generally preferable to use the word tip versus donation. Because a donation typically implies charity, like you're donating the money to a charity. Whereas if you're tipping, it's like tipping a waiter here in America. Which, to be fair, tipping is not a cultural thing you don't tip serving staff, I believe, in many other countries. But in America, since we suck so bad that we can't pay people a living wage, tip your wait staff unless they are really shitty. Look at this. Look at this boy. Look at this boy cat. Look at this boy. Look at this kitty. Isn't he pretty? So, bits, tips, subs, all go to getting... Sneaky. That's awesome. But you can get access to my Twitch emotes, even as a tier 1 sub. And for those of you who are Amazon Prime customers, you have 1 subscription free a month, and you can always throw it at me if you feel so inclined. It doesn't cost you anything. Hi. And as I obtain more sub points, I can then start getting more Twitch emotes for my tier 1 subs, which to me is the whole reason to get more subs, is to get the more emotes, because emotes are awesome. Yeah, I generally, as a rule, I tip 20% unless the service is really terrible. But, my God, in this country, see, and it's always a weird thing, is like, should you tip or should you not tip when you're overseas? Like, in some countries, if you tip an employee, it's an insult. Which seems weird to me, but It's a cultural thing? Hey, Tiffy. Kitty is full of warm. I may not be able to get up to get ice cream now. Tiffy? The valet at the Veterans Administration are not allowed to accept tips. I hope they get paid. But some people do it anyway. Your husband bought you cheesecake? Oh. Yeah, Ponton, where I live, tipping is expected. But there's a lot of shitty people who don't tip. Because they don't care. Because here in America, minimum wage, the federal minimum wage is like $7.25 an hour. And that's a poverty wage. You can't survive in most places on just $7.25 an hour. But if you are working as wait staff, the minimum wage for tipped employees is like $2 something an hour. Yeah, see, what that is part of the other thing is broke people don't tip because they make minimum and otherwise can't go out to eat. On the other hand, if I made minimum wage, I wouldn't own a house. I wouldn't be able to afford to own a house. Some might say I can't afford to own a house right now. Hi. Hello. But my thoughts on going out to eat is, if I go out to eat, I'm not going to eat somewhere that I can't afford not to tip, that I can't afford to tip, right? So if I go someplace, if I'm going to go out to eat, then whatever amount that I'm thinking I'm going to be spending on dinner, including a tip, is the kind of place that I would go to. I actually don't eat. The only times I generally eat out are when I'm at a convention, which this year, because of no job, isn't happening as often as used to. Hello. In fact, Mythmoot is probably going to be my last hurrah for this year. I do have a BlizzCon ticket. However, I am prepared to sell that BlizzCon ticket. Actually, the main reason why I want to have a BlizzCon ticket and to consider going to Southern California in November is to go to Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland, because BlizzCon's in Anaheim, where Disneyland is. So, yeah. Hi. Now, to be fair, I have gone eaten out at places that were super expensive. I think the most expensive meal that I ever paid for myself was $250. But it was 3 of us, including my editor-in-chief, Andy, and Sapiens. I picked up the tab when we went to Fogo de Chao in San Antonio a few years ago. And oh my god. BlizzCon, yeah, it's in Anaheim, California. And the other reason to go to BlizzCon is my annual field trip to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Southern fried chicken and waffles. Oh my god, it tastes so good. But that's a whole other argument, political discussion about tipping, and Fogo is worthy of a huge ass pill, yeah. So we cook every day, so we're yeah. See, I here's the weird thing is one of my friends, longtime streamer, the community manager for World of Warcraft, the guy who does their official Q&As, um, he orders out a lot. And I don't understand how you can afford to in California. I don't get it. Well, see, there you go. It's mostly comp for you. Yeah, uh-huh. But it's like, I think I have ordered, it's like either going out to eat or getting takeout, like having food delivered, like Grubhub or Uber Eats or whatever. It's so expensive. It's like you're paying the driver, you're paying for delivery, you're paying a convenience charge, you're paying for this on top of the actual food. And DDO stream has gone live with the Damsels of DDO, just so you know. But I remember the first time I ordered Popeye's chicken from Uber Eats, and it cost, and for a meal that normally if I went to the drive-thru would cost me $6 or $7, cost me $20. So yeah, I try not to do that if I can. But there's folks who that's the only option they have is they're housebound or whatever. They have to rely on those delivery services. So again, it's not a judgmental thing. It's just I try not to be lazy as fuck. In my case, it's lazy as fuck, and expensive. So I try to avoid it. Plus the fact that the Popeyes that's nearest to my house is really bad. Like really, really bad. You live in SoCal. Yes. See, chicken and waffles from Roscoe's in Anaheim is... so... So, good times. I like Popeyes for the most part. It's just if you get a good restaurant or not. So, where was I going? Was I going to do stuff in the Shire? No. Actually, I was going to resub to Instacart for another year for free delivery. There you go. Yeah, I mean, there are some that do deals like that where if you subscribe for a lengthy period of time, you get a benefit like that, which is really awesome to have. Hi, kitty. Hi, kitty. Hi, kitty. Oh, look at you. Look at you. Oh, look at you. It's one of the reasons Thief is bothering my. By the way, it's midnight, so he knows it's time for temptations. It's time for kitty treats. $99 a year. That's pretty much what people pay for Amazon Prime as well. What are you doing, you butthead? You are a butthead. Yes, you are. Alright, so I want ice cream. Thief wants his treats. The rescue kittens want their treats, and they also want their litter box scooped out. So I'm gonna go do that. Do I know? Let me see who do I know who might be streaming right now. Let's see who we can raid. You know what? Let's go hang out with Big Ed Mustafa because he's cool. He's playing Rocket League, and a lot of Lotro community people play Rocket League with him, and he's fun times. So let's go raid Big Ed Mustafa and go hang out with him for a while. Alright. And I'm going to play my outro while we do this.
Not pissed off.
Play the game.
Whoa!